Yeah, I'm on the second chapter of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. And this chapter is called Happiness is a Problem. And it'll make more sense later on. But the main thing was he was talking about how suffering is unavoidable. You know, you suffer with a job, you suffer without a job, you suffer with money, you suffer without money. And you'll be better off by realizing it, you know. And he also touched on pain. And he was saying pain is also useful in some instances. So anytime that we experience pain, it lets us know how to avoid that in the future. You know, like if you put your hand on a hot stove or anything hot, you hit your toe. You know, he was using examples like that. And he was saying that like happiness comes from you solving your problems, you know. Um, Not by trying to avoid the problems, not trying to act like the problems don't exist. Because he said the two ways people always fuck up that type of situation is denial and victim mentality. And he was basically saying that those are temporary highs for long-term solutions, basically. You know what I'm saying? So, um, you have to solve problems, and that's a constant effort. That's not a ending. You know what I'm saying? Because when you solve one problem, another problem will present itself. Um, so that was interesting, and he also was saying that you can't let emotions dictate um those type of situations either. You know, being upset, being angry, being sad. He was basically saying that you have to use logic in the mix of that, because he used a term that I believe he said that it's a feedback mechanism. That's what he said. It's a feedback mechanism. So he was saying that it's not terrible, not basically excuse me, to um get rid of the negative emotions, but to acknowledge them for what they are and go on about it like that. He was saying we basically, cheer for the positive emotions, and we try to suppress or get rid of the negative emotions. And he was saying we need all of it as feedback mechanisms, but um, to use them with logic. So, he even went on to speak on it's important to figure out what problems, because he's okay. Let me bag up. He said that when you try to ask somebody what do they want in life, they'll say they want money, fame, all of the luxurious things in life, right? But he said not many people want to. He said if you change the question and ask what kind of pain do you want in your life, most people um may be baffled about it, because he was saying that sometimes we get on what he referred to as a hedonic treadmill, and that's basically what we just, we on a treadmill. But what we don't want to do is acknowledge what we want to suffer through in life. And I thought that was interesting. So basically, um, most people who enjoy the process of the gym have good abs and good bodies. Most people who don't mind suffering long work weeks wind up being up the corporate ladder, or entrepreneurial, or things of that nature. Or if you look at athletes, you look at somebody like Kobe Bryant. He shot multiple shots for long periods of time. So by the time he got in the real NBA game, he referred to that as muscle memory. Floyd Mayweather You know, just athletes, you know, if you look at that, they don't mind the suffering of the process. So he was basically saying you have to go through the process of the struggle. So, you know, that's what I got from that one.